Hi friends, my name is Nataraj. In other video I have talked about what is URL pattern, what is the advantage of taking URL pattern for servlet, what are the various benefits of going for URL pattern. In that video I even talked about according to servlet specification, so we can have three types of URL patterns. A. Exact match. B. What is this? Extension directory match. C. Extension match. Exact match, directory match, extension match. If you take URL pattern other than these three styles, no servlet container recognizes. Moreover, it will throw error and keeps web application in a stopped mode. That means it makes whole web application not functioning. So that's why you can form varieties of URL pattern, but make sure that they fall under what? Oracle Corporation or Sun Microsystems applied what? Servlet specification rules. So what are those here? Exact match, directory match, extension match. Exact match means whatever URL pattern you have taken in web.xml while configuring servlet in web.xml, same thing should be given in the request URL. Nothing has to be extra, nothing has to be less. Suppose in web.xml while configuring servlet you have taken URL pattern ABC /ABC. /ABC must be there as it is in the request URL. If anything extra there, problem. Anything less there, problem. Exact match means exactly same, exactly ditto. Nothing has to be extra, nothing has to be less. So that's the meaning of exact match. In other video, in part 1 video, I have talked more elaborately about what this exact match URL pattern. Please refer it once. So now I am going to talk about directory match URL pattern. URL pattern must start with slash symbol and must end with star symbol. Next, URL pattern can have multiple words or multiple characters separated with the slash symbol. So can have multiple letters or words separated with slash symbol. So that means slash symbol not only be there to start the URL pattern, can also be there to separate the multiple words or what? Characters. So these because of these multiple words and character, we get the feeling they are directories. But they are not physical directories in the web application. They are what? They look like a logical thing. That's why it is called logical directories. Because we are getting the feeling of directories. That's why they call it as what? Directory match. Directory match. Let me take one example. Here, example. So let us assume I have a servlet, and that servlet URL pattern is what? URL pattern of that server is /x/y star. What is this? URL pattern. So that means X should be there in the request URL, Y should be there, but in the place of star anything can be there. This X and Y looks like a logical directories, but they are not physical directories. They are just logical directories. They give the feeling of directory. That's why they are called what? This pattern is called what? This style is called what? Directory match. So let me give request URLs. Let me give request URLs. The request URL for this is http:// localhost. I am assuming and the servlet who is having this URL pattern is there in a web application. That web application is deployed in one server which is running in the same computer. So port number is what? 2525. Then let us assume context path of the web application, name of the web application, context root of the web application is what? Date app. See, I said na, these things should match, but after that anything else can be there. x, y. In the place of star, anything can be placed. Suppose I kept 1, 2, 3 dot c. So valida, invalida, definitely valid. See, x and y should be there, In the place of star, anything can be there. Yes, I kept 1, 2, 3 dot c. It's a definitely valid one or not? Yes. Then we got something called slash date app. Slash date app. X is matching, y is matching. Okay, z slash, okay, so hello dot c. Valida, invalida, valid. Why? In the place of x and y are matching. In the place of star, anything can be there. That's why it is what? A valid one. So now I am giving one more URL, date app, x slash y slash, okay, NIT. Valida, invalida, valid. In the place of star, anything can be there. Fine. Then I am giving slash x slash y slash then what? Valid. In the place of star, 0 or more characters can be there. Right now I am giving what? 0 characters. That's nice. Slash date app slash what? Date app y slash x. Okay, then hello dot c. Valida, invalida, invalid. Why? X and y should match as it is, but here what happened? Not matched. We are keeping y slash x. That's why invalid. So now slash date app abc slash x slash y. In the place of star, anything can be there, but not the URL pattern, not before the URL pattern matching. So that's why here hello invalid. Now slash ab stat date app x slash y slash, okay, first slash 1 2 dot cpp. Invalid. Invalid? No, valid. Why it is valid? Come on. In the place of star, anything can be there, but x and y should match. Matching. That's why it is what? Valid one. What's the advantage of this one? End user who observes this URL that is used in the browser address bar to generate the request to Servlet component, what he thinks? There is a date app web application. In that X folder is there, Y folder is there, in that first folder is there 12.cpp C++ component is there, that is giving that is executed. That's why web page is generated. Do you think all these are related to C++ programming component? No, all these are related to servlet. Like this, we can hide the technology from end user, or we can rotate the brain of what? End user, to divert the mind towards other technology, even though web application is developed in Java or not. So that's the reason URL patterns are useful to hide the technology of the website. Even though it is developed in Java, we can give the feeling to outsiders that it is developed in some other language. Let's see this part practically. So I am going for slash x slash y slash star. Not only that, here you can take any characters or any words as logical directories. So now this is my servlet. Let's run this servlet once. Already server is configured, one servlet is there. So it's just same old application which I have used in my what? Which I have used in my this. Let's try one more time. Right click, run on server, say next, say finish. Yes. What is the URL pattern? Slash x or slash y should match. In the place of star, anything can be there. Valid. That's why hello is coming. Did you notice this? Now let me give x and y matched z slash, okay, z slash what is this? First dot ASP. No problem comes. But if x and y not matched, if I remove x and then enter key, error is coming. That means what? X and Y should match or not. So now I am keeping Y and you observe this. Now it is again coming. Observe very carefully. By seeing this URL, what people thinks here? There is a web application called test web 1. In that one, X folder is there, Y folder is there. In that folder, first.asp is there. That is executed. That's why output has come. But this web page is generated because of Servlet component, not ASP. Like this, we can rotate the brains of end user to hide our what? Technology of the website or not? Yes. So I will give only X and Y. I will give only X and Y coming. I don't give this slash also coming. Why? In the place of star, 0 or more characters can be there. I have given what? 0 characters. Like this, we can place directory match URL patterns. Let me give other examples. Example 1. URL pattern /x star. This is what? URL pattern. Example 2. URL pattern /first /second star. Not compulsory, there should be only 2 logical directories here. There can be n number of logical directories. Example 3. URL pattern /a /b /c star. URL pattern. Okay, just remember one thing. Directory match and extension match URL patterns are quite useful while developing front controller servlet. What is front controller servlet? You will come to know in the coming videos. Okay. For the timing, you remember it is useful. These URL patterns are useful while configuring servlet as what? Front controller. Okay, let me talk something about it. A special servlet that acts as entry point for all the requests coming to web application is called as what? Front controller. It acts as a entry point, okay, trapping all the requests and applies common system services like security, logging, auditing kind of thing and every request and delegates the request to other web components. Such servlet is called what? Front controller. So to make ordinary servlet as front controller servlet, it should be configured either with what? Directory match or extension match URL pattern. So when I speak about front controller servlet, I will give more clarity about it. For the time being, you just remember, okay, while developing front controller servlet, to make ordinary servlet as front controller servlet, it will be configured in web.xml file either with extension match or what? Directory match URL pattern. So let's go for extension match URL pattern. Let's go for extension match URL. Total how many URL patterns are there, boss? 3 URL patterns are there. What they are? What is that? Exact match. Next, directory match. Next, extension match. Total how many types? 3 are there. So far we discussed what? Exact match and directory match. So what is the condition? URL pattern should start with star symbol. So far other URL pattern started with slash, but this URL pattern should start with star and should contain extension letter or word. So overall syntax is star dot extension. This extension can be 1 letter or this extension can be what? Multiple letters. Let's take where it is useful. Again, it is useful to make servlet as what? Front controller servlet. So what is the example? I am taking star dot do, where we have to write example in web.xml file. Which file here? Web.xml file. We go for URL pattern star dot do. Which dot do here? Star dot do. Nice. So let me give example URLs. That means in the beginning anything can be there, but at the end definitely dot do should be there. Observe very carefully. if URL pattern is exact match, only one correct URL will be there requesting that web component. Only correct, because exact match, because it should exactly match. When it is directory match or what, extension match, there will be multiple URLs satisfying that URL pattern to give request to that servlet component. That means front controller is also there collecting different requests coming from different URLs, because it has to act as an entry point for all the requests. So this is the reason, okay, front controller should be designed either with a directory match or what, extension match URL pattern, because only these two URL pattern based servlet component is really capable of trapping and taking multiple request URL based requests, because there is a chance of trapping requests coming from various clients, coming from different clients with different request URLs. Exact match, only one matching request URL can be there. Directory match and extension match, just now we have seen. So matching, satisfying what? Directory match URL pattern, there can be lot of what? Request URL. This is one more reason why they prefer using directory match or extension match URL pattern, okay, to make servlet as what? Front controller. Anyhow, I'll talk more about front controller servlet in the next coming videos. So now you focus more on what? Extension match URL pattern. So example request URLs. HTTP localhost. What is the port number? 2525. Something else. Then what is there? Date app. Then what is there? Localhost 2525 date app. Then hello.do. Yes. Valida, invalida. In the place of star, anything can be there, but at the end .do should be there. That's why valid. Next, date app, okay, x/y/abc.do. Valida, invalida, definitely valid. Next, /date app, okay, y/x/abc/xyz.do. Valida, invalida, definitely valid. I place date app x.do y, invalid. Y dot do should be there at the end, not in the middle. Must be there at the end, not in the middle. So date app dot do, valid. In the place of star, 0 or more characters can be there. Date app x/y/z.c, invalid, because extension is there, but it should be .do, but I kept what? .c. That's why it is what? Invalid. So can I show some practical proofs here? Right, let's go for practical execution. Here I am taking no slash star.do. Save it. Saved. So now I'll go there, right click, run on server, say next, say finish, say OK. Yeah. So test web 1, here I am taking /x/z abc.do. Coming. It's definitely coming. So now I will take only .do coming, but I will take I'll take what? x.c, not going to come. x.do, 123.do. Multiple extensions can be there. Okay, one t.x, it's not coming. So that means .do should be there at the end. In the middle, in the place of star, anything can be there. 0 or more matchings can be there. This is what? Extension match URL pattern. Fine. Other examples I want to give. Observe very carefully. While working with the directory match and extension match, not one URL, multiple URLs are satisfied to give request to servlet component. Front controller servlet also should be in a position trapping and taking multiple request URLs based request and should apply common system services on those requests by becoming entry point for what? All the requests in web application. By becoming entry point for all the requests in what? Web application. That is the reason there is a rule. Okay, there is a rule or recommendation. If you want to make Servlet as front controller Servlet, you think about going for what? Extension match or directory match. Other options also there, but generally we prefer working with what? Extension match or directory match URL pattern. Fine. So other examples. Example 1. URL pattern star.c. Example 2. URL pattern star.nit. URL pattern star.faces. Example 3. Like this we can take n number of things. So this is about extension match URL pattern. Now I want to ask everyone, observe very carefully and alert and see the carefully. I want to give one URL pattern. Example, find out what is this URL pattern. /x/y z star dot /x/y z, okay, abc dot do. What is this URL pattern? What is this URL pattern? Anyone can observe this? Take a time and try to understand what is this URL pattern falls under. I know most of you people thinking that it is extension match URL pattern. No, it is exact match URL pattern. How can you say that, sir? Don't think about URLs, testing URL. Think about URL pattern formation. What is exact match URL pattern says? Must start with /, okay, and should not contain star symbol as the last symbol. Yes. Is there any star symbol? No. Started with /, na? That's why it is exact match. So why it cannot be directory match? Started with / but should end with star. Is there any star symbol? Not there. Next, is there any extension match? Why it is not extension? Extension match URL pattern is what? Star dot letter extension. Is there any star symbol? No. So it is satisfying what? Exact match URL pattern. Started with /, started with /, and not having star symbol at the end, not even in the middle also. Exact match in the middle, your star symbol can be there, but as a last word after a / star symbol should not be there. That's why it falls under what? Exact match URL pattern. Next, this find out and tell me. /x/y star.c. Tell me this URL pattern falls under what? Focus and concentrate. You cannot say exact match because at the end extension is there, dot is there, star is there. You cannot say it's extension match because it should start with the star, but it started with the /. You cannot say it is what? Directory match. You cannot say it is what? Directory match. Why? Because it should end with the star symbol. It is not exact match because it is ended with the extension. It is not extension match because it is not started with the star. It is not directory match because it is not started with what? It has not started with what? It started with the / but not ended with what? Star symbol. So total this URL pattern formation itself wrong. Wrong URL pattern formation. I am not talking about URL is wrong, request URL is wrong. What we type in the browser and with that URL is not. The URL pattern formation is wrong. Wrong URL pattern formation. The URL pattern formation itself what? Wrong. You want to try this? Let's try this once. Whenever you prepare a URL pattern not satisfying what? Servlet specification, rules and guidelines, not falling under what? Exact match, directory match, extension match URL pattern, what happens? What happens? Automatically web application will be struck up. Application fails to run. So let's see this. Now I am keeping this is as the combination of directory match and extension match. But such URL patterns are not allowed according to Servlet specification. No server, no container is ready to recognize such kind of URL patterns. That's why you will get what? Error. See, error has come, that's the one thing. And see the server console also. See the server console also. Null pointer exception, that's the one thing. Null pointer exception. Go to the top. Go to the top, invalid URL pattern. It's saying that the URL pattern you formed itself is what? Wrong. It is not falling under Servlet specification, rules and guideline. The URL pattern itself wrong. So that's the reason I said this is what? Wrong URL pattern. So this is about extension match and identifying what is what. If I summarize this whole discussion, exact match URL pattern starts with what? Slash symbol. Can have multiple words separated with slash symbol. So generally should not end with extension. Can contain star symbol but should not be there at the end. Okay. Directory match URL pattern must start with a slash, must end with a star, slash star, slash star. Okay. Extension match, simple thing, star dot extension letter or word. This is the fixed one. So these are the various types of what? URL patterns. Most regularly used URL pattern in a normal application is exact match. But if you are working with the frameworks, okay, in framework based application only one servlet will be there, that is front controller servlet. That too it is a predefined servlet. Okay. So to make that servlet as front controller, we use either directory match or what? Extension match. But most of the time we prefer what? Extension match. Like ordinary servlet, from where it gets the request, it is having clarity. So we take exact match and everyone satisfies that exact match URL pattern to generate request to what? That ordinary servlet. But front controller is not like that. It is only one servlet acting as an entry point for all the requests. So by standing in the front, you should take all requests given through different request URLs and should apply system services on the request. So for that purpose, you should allow multiple request URL based requests so into the servlet component. That for that reason, we should configure that servlet as what? Either with extension match or directory match. Mostly we prefer working with what? Extension match URL pattern. If you know struts, action servlet URL pattern is what? Star.2. If you know Spring MVC, dispatcher servlet URL pattern, generally we prefer what? Star.htm. If you know a JSF, faces servlet URL pattern, generally we prefer what? Star.faces. So this is about suggestions and recommendation. Still my discussion of URL pattern is not over. Okay, in another video I am going to talk about what is default servlet, what is slash star URL pattern. Okay, and if clash comes between two URL pattern, who gets the higher priority? So this kind of interesting discussions I am going to talk about URL pattern in my what? Next video. I hope you benefited with this video.